So I'm going to show you guys how we build a vinyl gate while it's hanging so it doesn't sag over time, and it's just easy adjustable. So I like to set everything out, you know, my hinges and my upright on the ground, open everything up, go ahead and cut my rails 2 1/4 inches less than my opening, and then when I screw it on, I like to put my 2 screws here on the inside and 1 screw here. The reason I put the 1 screw here is so I can adjust this rail to rack. So I'll go ahead and I'll attach that top rail there and then show you how I hang it. So I like to put my tabs on this side here. That way if I have to make any adjustments on the other side, it doesn't have the tabs, so it's easier to take apart. You'll notice I also don't use rivets on the back side. Reason being is it makes it easier if there's ever any adjustment. So same thing here, having it screwed off there, it'll be able to rack a little bit there. The gate is built square, so it shouldn't have much rack. If you put the screw in the top, you can have more adjustment. When we set these posts, we set them to where they were level on top. So there really shouldn't be any gap on these gates. Alright, come on the outside here. I want to show them how I line it up with the caps. So when I hang my gates themselves, I go ahead and I make this line here right below the cap. So I go ahead and add all of my screws real quick on the hinge post. So my aluminum is going to be on the inside. I have an I-beam in here. I'll go ahead and put it up right on here. And what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to add screws into this upright. So when I do that, I'll use my foot to hold the gate upright over here above the cap. See, when I move my foot out, the gate itself is nice and solid already without having a V-brace on there. So now I'll go ahead and I'll add my pickets. Starting with a cut piece that we had left over from the other side, just to save on materials. Utilize all those pieces that we can. see, I'm building this by myself. I don't need any help with this. Most help I like on this is just having them lay out my hinges and my materials for me. It's just realistically a one-man job. For my gap, I get my gap as I take my U-channel. Oops. And I'll put my U-channel in there and use it to get the gap. We'll need another U-channel though too, because this one's bent up. But I'll put my U-channel in on the side there. Go ahead and get my top measurement, 2 1/8, 2 inches for the bottom. So I'll go ahead and make it just 2 inches. Keep the tongue side. I have a table saw in the truck, which I like to use for a lot of this stuff. But for now, we'll go ahead and just use the regular circular saw. Oh, we need a new U-channel for over here. So we're going to use a different U-channel. This one's a little bent up here.
About to say that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to use that piece on the other side. I'll let it that far out. Make sure I always get like a good angle too, so people can see, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep moving.
This vinyl is sharp, so be careful too when you're putting everything together. Damn, that's a nice gap. So then, like I said, I like to use the screws to hold it together, just in case there's any adjustments in the future. So go ahead and squeeze it tight. I'll add a bottom screw and the top screw here. Go ahead and cut my V-brace. Now I like my V-brace to go from rail to rail. I don't want to go like that. Alright, come here on the inside. Come on the inside. So then when I make sure to put my V-brace on, I just make sure to raise my gate up to that below this mark here. So I just make sure, put it there with the cap like the other side. Go ahead, add my screw, and now you see the gate is nice. I'll add in 2 screws here, another screw here, finish adding off all those screws as well. So you can come over here, good. For now we'll go ahead and put the latch and everything on here. go through and add all the rest of the screws in at the end as well. But for now, we're just going to get everything hung so you guys can see how we do it. So now the way we built this gate, there's plenty of room for adjustments on both sides. So if the gate starts to sag a little bit, you go ahead and adjust the screws over here to prevent that sag. There you go. Should be good.